Great Friday morning, everyone. How are you all doing? This is your girl, Shan. I'm going to go ahead for the sake of time and jump into today's topic. Now, I just go ahead and say this may be one that you don't want the babies in the room. Get the babies out the room. Ain't no telling what loud to be said. I'm just keeping it real. So, are you guilty of giving your marriage your leftovers? Where is the balance? That's going to be today's topic. I love having conversation with people because so much comes out of the conversation. I mean, being honest, nowadays, we don't even really be, worrying about having conversation with people because we're too busy always trying to be right, but I digress on that. Let's get to today's topic. Are you guilty of giving your marriage your leftovers? And what I mean by that is this. There are people, good morning, Cousin Kim. There are people who, let's just keep it real, baby, which is nothing wrong with that. You run for what you want at all costs by any means necessary. I'm telling you, I can only talk about this because I have done this, okay? You run yourself pretty much to death. And the best analogy, the best example that I could use is pertaining to the job. I'm going to be honest. Good morning, Miss Delia. And I will even say, since, me and my husband were business owners, even when it comes to the business, do you neglect your marriage? Do you give your marriage your leftovers? If you are married right now, ask yourself that. Like I always say, I don't know what you go through in your marriage or whatever. So, don't get mad at me, but that's what people tend to do. All right. Now, think about it. We get up, we go to work, and I'm gonna say a balance because, some people get mad. So I'm going to talk about this from different angles or whatever. But you get up, you go to work. You work 150%. Good morning, Sister Lolo. You work 150%, baby, when it comes to whatever it is that you're doing. 150%. And then by the time you get home, you tired. Maybe your baby wants some loving or whatever the case may be. And you like, I am exhausted. And it becomes a routine. I'm exhausted. Maybe when it comes to the business, I'm exhausted. Now, for those of us, who no, women are emotional beings, men are physical beings. Got that. However, let me delve into from a prior supervisor perspective. We need to learn how to have a balance in our life. It's all good. I see all these little posts on social media, especially Facebook. Oh, I'm out here getting this money, this money, this money, this money. You know what the word of God says about for the love of money is the root of all evil. That's what it says. Now, it's okay. Money makes the world go round. Okay. Why I feel like that was a song. I don't know. But money does make the world revolve. We do need money, but at the same token, we ain't got to worship it. We push ourselves to get extra money. Now, I remember having a conversation with one of my prior supervisors, and it was offered, overtime was offered. And so my overtime at that time, if I would have did overtime, would have been $50 an hour. And she was like, so Chantrell, are you going to work overtime? I said, I was like, no, I don't do overtime. She was like, what do you mean you don't do overtime? And let me help some folks out. Y'all know me. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to bring it right on back around. But let me help some folks out. I need us to start doing the numbers. And like I always say, Shan is the number person. So what I ask myself is the numbers worth it for me to sacrifice time from my husband and from my family that I can't get back? Working those extra hours. You know how they say the more money you make, the more money they take. There used to be a song somewhere too. And that is very much true. If you are in a certain tax bracket and you working all this overtime and you hit the next tax bracket, then guess what's going to happen? They're going to take out more money. So she was like really shocked. Like, Chantrell, I don't understand why it is that you aren't now willing to work overtime. I said, because I don't run after money like that. That's what I told her. Basically, the bottom line was this. Once I did the numbers, because the more you make, the more tax money they're going to take out. That's number one. Then you have to be careful of not hitting the next tax bracket. That's number two. Baby, once I added up and crunched all these numbers, I was giving more of my time away from my family, away from my husband, and burning myself, exhausting myself out to be making less money in overtime than I actually make in my daily 40 hours, my 40 hours in a week. I encourage y'all, it's okay if you got a goal in mind. Good morning, Dalisha. Say you want to get another house. You and your spouse and talk. And hey, for this short time, 6 months or a year, we're going to work as hard as we can. We're going to pay down this debt. If you got goals, that's a whole different situation. Just know with that, you're going to be tired. Okay. The husband and the wife both need to understand that you're going to be tired in it. But don't have in your mindset, I'm out here making this money. I'm doing this for my family and everything like that. When baby, all you doing is exhausting yourself. That's why when you come home, your spouse just get the leftovers because you out here running and doing, and actually it's really not benefiting you in the long run. And so it get to the point to where some supervisors ask you want to do overtime, baby, they are offended. I learned this lesson when I was working back in McDonald's as a teenager. Okay. So how many of y'all work fast food? And fast food wasn't no punk unless you was one of the ones hiding out in the freezer, always trying to wash the dishes so you ain't got to do no real work. But think about it. So-and-so's not coming in today. Can we get you to cover down on that shift? And then here you are doing the whole 16 hours. And by the time you finish, you are so exhausted. Your feet is hurting. Your back is hurting. You shouldn't be having that type of manual labor when you're in that position. Ask yourself, are you guilty of just giving your marriage the leftovers? Okay. Now let me go ahead, like I was saying, and look at it from the other end. Now let's look at it from another perspective. Let me talk to these husbands because I hear this quite often, and I had a conversation with one of my good girlfriends yesterday about this. We know, husbands, that you all are sexual beings and you are all, I ain't gonna say all about, but 90%, good morning, Keela, of your being is sex. Okay, you be wanting that sex. That's why I said y'all get these kids out the room because this ain't a conversation for them today. Y'all never know what Shan may say. So we know you about the sex, but this is what I need you to realize and understand, sir. If you are married to a good woman and that good woman wear many hats, and you see them running, doing this, doing homework with the kids, trying to keep the kitchen clean. They work just like you work, or they doing just like you doing. Heck, even if they don't work, trust me, what I know is being at home is a whole job in itself, especially when you got a good wife, okay? Especially when you come home and you ain't got to worry about nothing. But this is what I need you to know, sir. If your wife get in the bed and tell you she is tired, do not be taking offense to the fact that she can't be swinging off the chandeliers full-fledged. I know some of y'all women is laughing. Y'all can comment too. Y'all can throw amen up in there or whatever the case may be. The common thing when I sit down with women that I hear them say is this: my husband always, listen to these words, my husband always wants sex. I'm trying to balance out. I'm trying to do this. And at the same token, the wife is saying, I'm trying to, let him know that, yes, I love you. But there are so many men who equate, women are guilty of this too, but it's more so men. There are so many men that equate sex. Let your wife say she tired and she don't want nothing. Now, if you tell me you don't want nothing for a whole 3 weeks, then baby, I'm gonna need you to examine yourself or whatever the case may be, going to prayer, okay? But let her say she tired and then you instantly get an attitude because she tired. She been running around. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Keela. She been running around 150 miles an hour. And then soon as she hit the doggone bed, then you send up her, baby, I need you to change it to your outfit. I need you to get to swinging from the chandeliers. No, sir. No, sir. I'm going to need you to be considerate enough to see and understand that your honey is tired. You need to train your mind to say, wow, my baby has been running all day. Let me hold her. Because that's what most wives want. Okay. I'm going to tell the truth up here. It's got to be a balance. Don't just give your marriage the leftovers. But at the same token, I need you husbands to understand, what have my wife done today? You know what I'm saying? Is she tired? Okay, let me hold my baby. Let me massage my baby feet. Let me run some bath water. You know what I'm saying? Don't automatically think you sitting up here scrolling on social media all day. Hey, Shirley, you watching the hunting channel. You watching the NFL. Your alert going off on your phone. Or whatever your little ESPN alert. And then she in there washing the dishes. She mopping the floor because that's what a good woman do. She mopping the floor, making sure there ain't no sticky stuff and all this other kind of stuff. Everybody get up to some freshness and everything like that. And then soon as she hit the doggone bed, you throwing your cell phone over her and all of a sudden it's all eyes on her and you looking at her like an alley cat. Can I be real up in here, somebody? There needs to be a balance. So don't get caught up in your feelings, because the first part is I talked about leftovers. Now I'm getting on into part B. Don't get caught up in your feelings when your wife is feeling some kind of way because she's tired. And then you expect her to set up her and perform like an acrobat. Sir, get your whole life together. There needs to be some balance. Maybe you can put that doggone phone down. Maybe you can get up out of that NFL game. Maybe you can assist her with some things so maybe she can get to bed faster. Okay? Maybe you can help watch them kids behinds and put their tail in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Don't be sitting up here, you kick back. She letting you relax. Y'all both working, or even if y'all ain't both working. And then you sitting up here and then you get mad and you got an attitude and then you want to start a fight and fussing and cussing and all this other kind of crazy stuff you doing because she's tired. Yes, get it together, okay? Now let me go back to these leftovers. Now I know some of y'all sitting up here thinking with y'all's country selves, because I was thinking and laughing about this as well. Leftovers is not a bad thing. Because, that's when let's talk about food. Let's apply it to food. You know how the seasonings soak in the second day. The second and third day, the leftovers taste a lot better than it did the first day or whatever. The type of leftovers I'm talking about is when it get to the point where you got to throw it in the trash. When you forgot that it's in the icebox. Yes, I am country. I say icebox. When you forgot that it's in the icebox, for some of y'all proper folks, the refrigerator, and it's got mold on it and it started to stink. You know how you hit that corner, get in that kitchen, talking about, oh Lord, what is that smell? Oh, let me get into this ice box and let me go ahead and clean this up out of here. I'm talking about that type of leftover. Don't be giving that type. Don't be guilty of giving so much of yourself to other people. Okay? Come on, Sister Lolo. Giving so much of yourself to other people. When you get into this mindset, because let me tell you about corporate America, baby. I done worked in the civilian sector as well as for the government. But let me tell you what I know. You give so much of yourself to others. You give so much of yourself to that job. Baby, let me tell you this. If you take your last breath, I have heard of people dying right there at their desk on the job because you gave so much. But let me tell you what's going to happen. They're going to let the let your co-workers get through the little grief. Oh my God, so-and-so's not here anymore. Going to go to the funeral, whatever the case may be. Yeah, they'll be there. They probably even send some flowers. But let me tell you what they're going to do. They're going to go ahead and put that good old job announcement out there and they're going to replace your tail. So if you one of these that's guilty because you sit up here and think that the corporate American job, your government job, oh, I got to do it because if I don't do it, ain't nobody else gonna do it. Baby, you are lying to yourself, because soon as you take your last breath and you land up in that coffin. Good morning, Sister Natasha. You land up in that coffin, baby. I'm here to tell you, they might shed a tear, they might sniff a little bit, but baby, in 2 to 4 weeks, somebody else is gonna be warming that chair that you was in. Somebody else. Good morning, Yvonne from California. Somebody else is gonna be getting trained on that job that you done psyched yourself out and said, they ain't gonna be able to make it without me. The devil is a lie, baby. I'm telling you, soon as you pass away, honey, they already down at HR talking about, can you get together that job announcement so we can post it, because we need to continue to get paid. Okay. So I need us to learn how to have a balance. This how it shows up in marriage. Don't be giving, thank you, Yvonne. Don't be giving too much of yourself to where you don't have enough left over for your boo when you come home. Baby, teach people how to respect your marriage and respect your family. Because this is what I tell people all the time. When you stand your ground, when it come to your honey, because like I told y'all, about 2 years ago when I was doing this video, I got asked to work overtime on a Friday. It was like somebody was cussing me out. Did you just ask me? You want me to work overtime on the Friday? No, ma'am, I don't do that. Oh, it's crunch time. It's end of the fiscal year. I don't give a dog if Santa Claus is coming back to town. Shan don't work no overtime, and I sure don't work it on Friday. But are you serious, Shan? We really need your help. My husband need me to go on a date with him too. Hey, baby, I grabbed my pocketbook and I dotted that doorstep. You heard me? And the last question I receive is, You really gonna leave? I'm really gonna leave. Because guess what? I do the requirements of the job and sometimes go above and beyond on the job. You know what I'm saying? I do this within 40 hours of the week, okay? What you not gonna get is no extra out of me. And see, what we do is we allow ourselves, Natasha, you funny, but you know I'm keeping it real. We allow ourselves and give so much of ourselves and let that company shut down, baby. Let that job lay you off or whatever the case may be. I got somebody who got mad at me because I had to recognize within myself, I'm not giving 150% because you only hired me for 100. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have me home. People up in here, how many people y'all know in y'all job, they got chest pains and everything. You sitting up here looking at them sideways. You breathing funny? You okay over there? Why you got your finger on the button to call 911 to get the ambulance up in here? Because this joker ain't looking right because they breathing like George and Wheezy. You over here wheezing. But no, baby, I'm gonna need you to get your whole life together, okay? Don't let these jobs kill you, because let me tell you who's gonna be there for you when that job is not. The person that you married to, the person that was trying to tell you, baby, you got 500 hours of sick leave and 400 hours of annual leave. You need to put some vacation in. I tells my husband that real quick. We not going to let the job kill you. Then I tell my husband, he know that I would hold down the kids. God forbid something ever happened to my husband. You not going to leave me with all these kids, Joker. We got 5 kids. I don't care if 3 of them are grown. You not going to do that. And let me talk to y'all supervisors on here. I don't know why God is placing it on my heart. If somebody, one of your employees come in, and they tell you, now, I ain't talking about them employees, you just be always making up stuff. I'm not talking about that. But if your employee teach you how to treat them outside of their 40-hour work requirement, baby, that's what you need to do, okay? Don't be trying to get an attitude with them because they respect their marriage and they respect their family. Baby, they trying to teach you by being an example that maybe you need to respect yours. That's why your husband's sitting over here smoking like a chimney or your wife is drinking like a fish. You need to get home and tend to your family, okay? And this is inside of the church house, because some of my this is inside the church house and this is outside the church house. The word of God tells us we need to be tending to that family, okay? So for my saints in the church, oh yes, hunty, don't be set up. You got a word and you at everybody's conference trying to preach and minister and lay hands in the name of Jesus, and you're hooping and you're hollering. I sound just like it, don't it? Because I know what I'm talking about. I was the one that was, get me the cloth. Sister, can I get a drink of water? Amen. Okay, I was the one that was doing that, honey. So this is why I can tell you, get somewhere and set your behind down. That's why the word of God says, see, you can't give 150% to the people in the church and you only got 2% for your wife, honey. You can't do that, okay? You only got 2% for your husband, because I'm out here trying to save the world. That's what I'm trying to do. Baby, Jesus and then I already did that, okay? You go and preach the message in which the Lord have given you and go sit your tail down. Ain't nobody, come on now. Who am I talking to up in here? Some of my church folks that clicked out because you done got mad because I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the church folks. I'm talking to the supervisor. I'm talking to the husband and the wife. Baby, you bet to teach people how to treat and respect your marriage and your family, okay? Nobody is guilty. You can't blame my supervisor kept me all day. No, she didn't, because, baby, the song says these boots are made for walking. If your job requirement is 4:30, you supposed to get up out of there at 4:30. You better get to walking at 4:30. They can't punish you, okay, for doing when you sign that dotted line at HR, they can't punish you for that, baby. No, they ain't got no choice, especially if you a hard worker. They not going to lose you anyway. When you got the other 2 sitting over there, you doing enough work for 3 people. Baby, the job only require you to do 1, okay? And then after that, you need to ask some questions. So we are responsible for the burnout. If you get nothing else out this video, honey, go ahead and share it, because y'all know some folks. Hey, Janie, we are responsible for the burnout in which we put ourselves through. But this is what I'm here to tell you. Don't be 60, 70 years old and then you sitting up here and you mad at the world because you gave 150% to people who didn't even care for you. The ones who care for you is God, okay? The God of gods, honey. The God, the most high God, your husband or your wife and your kids. Because when you sitting up there, God forbid, in the wheelchair breathing on the oxygen chain, see, that's all I had to see at work. I remember an old lady, baby, that lady was 89, 90 years old. Her kids didn't want to take care of her and she sitting up here walking in, breathing on the oxygen tank. I said, man, why are you not at the house? You should be in your retirement. I gotta make money because the devil. I said, God, I will not be like that. You heard me? I will grind in my younger years, so I ain't got to be like that in my 80s, baby. My 80s, I'm trying to be kicked up with my honey vacationing somewhere. So if you ain't got nothing out of all this, check thyself. Okay, I've been saying this for the last 3 days. Check yourself and ask yourself, are you giving 150% to everybody else and you're not giving it to your marriage? Okay. If you tired, wives, let me tell you, because I talked to my wives in the second part of what I was saying. If you tired, wives, you need to open up your mouth and say, baby, I understand you want sex, but what I'm going to need you to understand is I'm dog tired. My feet hurt, my back hurt, and we're going to have to compromise up in here. We're going to have to find a balance. Yes, you had to work. I had to work. But baby, when we get home, how about you wash them dishes? How about you cook and you put the kids to bed, or I cook and I wash the dishes and mop up this floor so maybe I can get into bed at 7:30, I could be washed up by 8 o'clock and I'll be ready to swing off these chandeliers and have a little bit of energy left. Who am I talking to? You got to learn how to have a conversation. But what we do is we get mad. And men don't get all up in your shondo, all up in your flesh, and you mad at your wife, and then you sitting up here throwing out cheap shots, talking about, that's why I'm over here looking at this woman on the computer. That's why I got a account on Plenty of Fish. No, you wrong. Get your fishy tail up out that bed and you sit up here and help your wife and balance some stuff out in your household. Don't be getting all mad, a bit feeling all insecure, because let me say this one last thing, and I promise you I'm about to get ready to go because I don't know I'm preaching on today. I just forgot my scriptures. Okay, so the ushers, get to the back and get ready to pass this offering plate. This is what I've learned. When you require over and above from somebody else, from your spouse, let's keep it in the marriage. When you require over and above in your marriage, 9 times out of 10, you trying to overcompensate for something that you didn't get in your previous relationship or in your childhood. Okay. This is the common denominator that I've seen with people that I've sat down with. You get mad at your wife because she not chandelier swinging. You just don't love me. Quit equating sex to love. Who am I talking to on today? If you need to look at the whole role of what your wife is doing. And I know y'all saying Shan, the husband saying Shan, wives do this too. You are so right, sir. Yes, you are. But I most commonly see it in the husbands. Okay. Wives, quit being out there. You trying to save the world, because some of us got that cape mentality, baby. I had to take my cape off in about March 2017, shortly after God said, hello, somebody, I already sent Jesus to save the world. That ain't your mission, okay? I already did that, so go ahead. You can release yourself and take your cape off. And see, we be out here trying to save the world when we need to be at the house somewhere sitting down, okay? We need to be at the house somewhere ministering at our husband. You need to, hey, Billy Sue, you need to go on ahead and check thyself, okay? And say, okay, right. So my husband is having issues. Yep, it has been a whole 2 months that I ain't had no sex with my husband. I know my husband. See, baby, right there, you abandoning, honey. You know that's what your husband want. He wants sex. Men want sex. We know baby, you was throwing it at him. I told y'all the kids shouldn't be in the room. You was throwing it at him. You was giving it to him beforehand. So what happened? What happened? I know life happens, okay? But what I'm saying is, husbands and wives, sit down and have that conversation. If it's something that you don't like, find out, wives, what you can do this more. You know what I'm saying? Find out, husbands, what you can do this more to help out. Baby, I'm tired. And then you don't know if your husband or your wife, because some of y'all workaholics, y'all don't even go and get your little blood and your health check, your blood pressure and all this other kind of stuff. You got vitamin D deficiencies and iron deficiencies and should be on, medication. My church folks don't like that word, but you can get on the medication for a short time. and pray. You can do that. God, just like God bless the pastor, God bless the doctor too. Okay, who am I talking to up here? So I'm just keeping it real. It's time for us to be real with ourselves and examine our situation. Don't allow your marriage to go down divorce road because your pride won't let you have a conversation with your husband or your wife. Listen to them. If they tell you, doggone it, I'm tired, then baby, I'm tired. But don't be using that, because you know we do that, ladies. I'm going to tell on us wives. Don't be sitting up here talking about you tired just because you don't want none. Don't be sitting up here talking about you on your cycle for extra days just because you don't want none. I'm just saying, I'm sorry I'm telling the secret, but I'm not sorry. Okay, let's start having the conversations. Let's get back to a place of happiness in our marriage. Let's get back to the way things used to be. Okay. Life comes. Yes, it does. Lord knows that it does. Life comes. But we need to learn how to adjust. What do we say in the military? Adjust fire. That's what we need to learn how to do. But the only way we can adjust fire, get mad, cussing and fussing at each other ain't gonna do it. What we call in the counseling world is stonewalling. You sitting up here giving your spouse the cold shoulder. That's not gonna do it either. But you acting like y'all got the best marriage on social media. You act like y'all got the best marriage up in the church because you don't want. I remember, I'm telling you, my bishop in Faith Mission, baby, I'm telling you, he called that thing out. I told y'all, me and my husband arguing all the way down 41A. Anybody ever been stationed in Fort Campbell, you know about 41A, baby. We was arguing from the time we left our household post all the way to the time we open up that door. I'm telling y'all, in the parking lot. And then, hey, God bless you. How you doing, sister? God bless you. Baby, and walked up in the church. We done got our praise and worship on. We hooping and we shouting and we slaying in the spirit. And Bishop got up there to preach, and that man discerned. You heard me? And he said, some of y'all sitting up here hooping, hollering, and shouting, and you just got finished arguing on 41A. All the way down, baby, he seen it in the spirit. Me and my husband looked at each other and we busted out laughing, baby, because Bishop then called us out in the spirit and didn't even physically know what was going on. Okay, so some of us need to get it together, and it's all a conversation that it takes. Okay, when I work with my couples, this is one thing that I say, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this for this weekend. Learn how to take the negative in your mind and refocus it to the positive. Okay? Before you say anything negative out of your mouth, learn how to get something positive out of it. Yeah, my wife might not be chandelier swinging right now, and I want her so bad sexually, but you know what? My baby is tired. She's tired, and I'm going to hold her tonight, and I'm going to let her know that, you know what I'm saying, I care about her, and it's not all about the sex. Or wives, you may say, yeah, my husband, this and this and this. Baby, learn how to change those negative thoughts into a positive thought. Instead of always thinking the negative about your marriage, start thinking about positive things, okay? That's what'll help get you through. Now, if it's some straight negative things like that joker beating you, putting hands on you and all that, the devil is a lie from the pits of hell. Don't be trying to make nothing positive out of that. Verbal abuse, emotional abuse, none of that kind of stuff. But I'm saying, if you find yourself tripping over the smallest things, I need you to renew your mind, because that's what the word of God say, and start changing those negative thoughts to a positive thought. That's what I say with my couples when I'm in counseling with them all the time. That is a main tool, because we always focusing on the negative, okay? So don't just give your marriage the leftovers, all right? Y'all have a blessed day. I got a question that is on our page that we need some answers to for our upcoming radio show. We appreciate you. Thank you in advance. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Share this because it's free. Be a blessing today and not a curse. Your girl Shannon be back with y'all on Monday. Whatever God placed in my heart. God bless.